Hey everybody, Robert from Black Belt Gaming. I think I'm ready to move along at a little faster pace here. So let's try to do a few rounds here. And hopefully I'll keep the mistakes to a minimum. Thanks to your help, I've got a better idea of some of the basics. Let's see how far they can take me now. As we start this round, I need to take some actions here and have to make a decision how or even if I want to attack this cultist on my turn. Maybe what I want to do is save my guitar, maybe move away, and then pull out the sniper rifle and take a shot at this this weird cultist with the bag that seems to be alive. So why don't we back off into another space. Let's pull back here. Had some requests to see more of the map. And this is what we're looking at here. We've got definitely some regions up here above that can be explored. The cards may be a little bit difficult to see because there's just a lot of cards on the map right now. Right over there was the puzzle box. I wonder if maybe I want to move south. I can't use the sniper rifle in the same space as this cultist. I don't know, if I go down here I'm going to have trouble crossing the river. Maybe I want to... Why don't I run north? I'll be just beside the campsite. Let's do that. For my move action, let's move one space up. And we'll put Pete right here. And he, according to my understanding of the rules, he doesn't explore automatically, so I don't flip that card over unless I take an action to explore. But I can take an action now to make an attack. And why don't we try the sniper rifle? Alright, the sniper rifle ranged weapon, it's going to do, is that 4 damage if I hit? I can't use this weapon to attack a monster in my space. Well, I guess what I do is go to these combat cards. This was the one I used before. I'll draw another one here at random and flip it over. And I guess sometimes if you don't get a combat card that says the right kind of weapon, you're supposed to keep drawing. So I think we lucked out here. We got ranged weapon. You are forced to fire with your offhand. Interesting. I need to test luck at +1. So let's see what happens here. Testing my luck. My luck was only 3, which is not so great. Well, I don't know whether to spend one of those things or not, but it was luck +1, so I'm going to need a 4 or less. And I just missed it. Well, we failed. It says you rain bullets down on your foe, but not one strikes home. No effect. So I don't know if we exactly rain bullets, but we definitely take our shot, and perhaps the cultist ducks back behind the trees and we miss. And that pretty much is going to wrap up the turn for Pete's actions unless he wants to take another move. And maybe I will. I don't know. Now I have a question about movement. Can this cultist, can he move diagonally like that? I don't know. I have to dig into the rule book, but let's keep moving on. Our next card, it says, lies or truth, a matter of trust. You remember the stories you'd heard of this place and tried to dismiss them as fairy tales. So we obviously heard some bad things about this forest. Each investigator places 1 threat token on his space. The investigator with the lowest lore, well, that's going to be me, receives a mania card. In the case of a tie, each tied player rolls, okay, see who gets the mania card, then activate every monster. Well, a threat token. We need to put a threat token, and then we take a mania card, and then we activate the monster. Mania card, that gives me 2 of those. Threat token up there in that space. Now it's time for the cultist. Alright, the rulebook said that moving diagonally is allowed by characters or players and monsters, so it wouldn't have really mattered if I'd stayed where I am or moved the extra space over. This cultist is going to move up there into my space and make his attack. So let's pull an attack card for the monster. Oh boy, monster makes its special attack. And what is that? Alright, so I believe the special attack is here. The cultist calls out to his brethren. Test dexterity. My dexterity is 7, so it's pretty good. And yes, we passed. Pass. You quickly kick him in the throat. Kick him in the throat. Ashcan Pete's pretty flexible there, isn't he? Deal 1 damage. If you fail your test, another cultist runs into this space, and it may attack this turn. Alright, so it looks like we only did 1 damage to this cultist, and he's got a health of 5. That's how it's looking to me. So we'll put a damage marker on him. Alright, I think I've got this set up correctly. So we'll put the wounded cultist over there. Our nice jab to the throat kept him from calling out and attracting more trouble. And I think that's going to end this round. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, well, Pete's being chased here. Let's have him move over again into an adjacent area. Pull out his sniper rifle and attempt a ranged weapon attack. So these are the unused combat cards. Let's try to find, let's hope we get one with a ranged weapon. No, that's a melee weapon. Ranged weapon. Alright. It says the air around your enemy shimmers. Test lore. Alright. My lore is not going to be so great. It's only a 3. So let's see what we get here. Making the test. You know, I think I was supposed to continue to make horror checks every time that cultist entered my space. So he was there with me, I ran away, he chased after me. I think I need to make a quick horror check, and that was against willpower. 9, I failed. I needed an 8 or less, so I need to take another horror token. Now let's try to test my lore. So 1 more horror token for Pete. An 8. Missed the lore. See, I nearly missed this horror check. You guys need to come to Japan and play with me, alright? Keep me straight. Let's see, ranged weapon. Lore, I passed. You don't hesitate to fire, and the bullets bounce off an invisible barrier. No effect. Ugh. Well, now we're into this part 2 here. I wonder if things just got worse. Is the artwork different? I can't quite tell. Let's see. Dimensions collide. The air is filled with the sound of buzzing wings and alien screeches. That's not good. Each investigator that has at least 1 mania card is stunned. Each player then discards the nearest threat token on the map and places 1 Night Gaunt or 1 Migo in its space. Then activate every monster. While this card is on top of the discard pile, it is night. So night has finally arrived. Things are not looking too good for Pete here. So he's stunned, and then something else shows up, and then I think everybody's going to move into attack. Alright, we got a... I think this is our stun token. Got this on Ashcan Pete. Alright, I think this is the thing that's appearing. And let's see, it slides in this way. No, this way. I'll get this right. Slide it up just a little bit more. Okay. So horror check against this thing is going to be at a -2. So I think that's bad. Yep, definitely got to be bad compared to a cultist. So he's going to start over there in the cultist space, since there was a threat token there. Got to check and see if I remove that threat token. Yes, we discard the nearest threat token. And then we place the monster, and then we activate the monsters that are on the map. So that's going to be both of these things. And let's see what happens now. These guys are going to be moving in. Maybe we'll do the cultist first, since we're kind of already familiar with him. Let's make, I believe we make yet another horror check, because I keep running away and he keeps chasing me. Willpower +1. Alright, that looks like a 9. It's not exactly flat, but that looks like a 9. That looks like a failure to me. So one more horror token. I don't know, it rolled over on its side. Let's just re-roll that. Alright, we passed. We rolled a 4, no doubt. And let's see, the cultist is going to attack, so let's draw a combat card for the cultist and see what we've got here. Monster versus barrier. I'm not sure if that's right. I guess we'll just put that one back and draw the next one. Monster attack. Monster makes its special attack. So didn't we have that one before? I think we did. Yep. Another monster makes its special attack. So the cultist, I think we may have a chance to kick him in the throat again. What did we need to test? Test dexterity. Our dexterity is 7. Come on, let's hit him again. Yep. So now we have 2 damage on the cultist, and he shuts up. Alright, so now the cultist has 2 damage. Well, now this guy moves into attack, and he's going to be making us make a horror check at a -2. So I think that makes our willpower 2 points lower, if I'm understanding that correctly. And we got a 5. That should be good enough. Our willpower was 7. So I think we're okay. So we hold our ground, and now this thing is going to be using the brown cards to make its attack. Alright, here are the brown cards, once again unshuffled, so we'll just pull one out. We've got monster versus hiding, that's not right. Pull out another one. Monster attack. You try to predict the creature's erratic movements. Test intellect. Oh no. Pete, we're in trouble. Pete's intellect is 3. And we got a 6, so Pete couldn't figure it out. Fail. Its foreign motions seem random, and its jaws lock onto your arm. Take 1 horror, and the monster damages you. Alright, we added another horror, so we've got 4 of those so far. And 2 damage. That thing only did 1 point of damage when it hits. Alright, I wasn't really sure what stunned would do. But evidently you can't make a second movement, and any kind of tests you make, attribute test, is going to be at -2. And the stun tokens don't stack. So if you have 2 of them, that does not mean that you get a -4. Alright, so I think I need to correct something here that happened. I had that stun token come at the beginning of this card. Yeah, I had a mania card, I was stunned. Then I would have taken a penalty on my rolls. So that means that when I rolled that 5 for the horror check, I think I would have actually been at -2, and that would have been not as good of a roll. So I think I would have failed that, which means I think I take another point of horror, which gives me a total of 5. Right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 horror, and we're coming to the end of this round, so the stun token then comes off because it's already affected my tests during the monster's appearance and combat during their activation. Alright, so a couple of new things popped up there, but that's how I'm understanding it so far. So if you see anything that I messed up or missed, please let me know. If not, I will push forward and do another 2 or 3 turns. Thanks, everybody.